Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a topic that affects so many of us. The 5 things that make you poor. Now, before we get started, I want to be clear that this video is not meant to judge anyone. We all make mistakes with money, and the important thing is to learn from them and move forward. My goal here is to give you the tools and knowledge you need to take control of your finances and build a better future for yourself. So, let's get right into it. The first habit that can keep you poor is a lack of financial education. You see, most people go through life without a basic understanding of how money works. They don't know how to budget, they don't understand interest rates, and they don't know how to invest. Think about it. We learn about history, science, and math in school, but when it comes to managing our money, we're often left to figure it out on our own. This lack of financial literacy can have serious consequences. Without a solid understanding of personal finance, it's easy to fall into debt, make poor investment decisions, and miss out on opportunities to grow your wealth. It's like trying to build a house without a blueprint. You might get started, but the foundation will be shaky and the whole thing could come crashing down. But here's the good news. Financial education is more accessible than ever before. There are tons of free resources available online, from blogs and podcasts to YouTube channels like A-List Mindset. You can also check out books and courses at your local library. The key is to be proactive. Don't wait until you're in financial trouble to start learning about money. The earlier you start, the better equipped you'll be to make smart financial decisions and build a secure future. The second habit that can keep you poor is living beyond your means. This one's pretty straightforward. If you spend more money than you earn, you're going to end up in debt. It's easy to fall into the trap of keeping up with the Joneses. We see our friends and neighbors buying fancy cars, going on lavish vacations, and living the good life, and we want that too. But what we don't see are the credit card bills, the mounting debt, and the financial stress that often come with that lifestyle. Social media definitely doesn't help, right? We're constantly bombarded with images of people living seemingly perfect lives, which can make us feel inadequate and pressured to spend money we don't have. But here's the thing, you don't need to impress anyone. True wealth isn't about material possessions. It's about having financial security and peace of mind. Instead of trying to keep up with everyone else, focus on living within your means. Create a budget that works for you, track your spending, and make a conscious effort to save money each month. Chapter 3. Not having a budget. Speaking of budgets, that brings us to our third poverty-inducing habit, not having a budget. A lot of people avoid budgeting because they think it's too restrictive or time-consuming, but honestly, it's like trying to drive across the country without a map. Sure, you might eventually get to your destination, but you'll probably waste a lot of time and money along the way. A budget is simply a plan for your money. It helps you track your income and expenses so you can make informed decisions about where your money is going. Without a budget, it's incredibly easy to overspend without even realizing it. Those small, seemingly insignificant purchases can really add up over time. Think about it. A $5 latte every day might not seem like a big deal, but that's $150 a month, or $1,800 a year. Creating a budget doesn't have to be complicated. There are tons of apps and online tools that can help you get started. You can also use a simple spreadsheet or even just a pen and paper. The important thing is to find a system that works for you and stick with it. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Chapter 4. High interest debt. The fourth habit that can keep you trapped in a cycle of poverty is high interest debt. I'm talking about credit card debt, payday loans, and other forms of debt that come with exorbitant interest rates. This kind of debt is like a financial anchor, weighing you down and preventing you from getting ahead. Think of it this way. When you're stuck in high-interest debt, you're essentially working for your creditors. A huge chunk of your hard-earned money is going towards interest payments, which means you have less money to save, invest, or spend on things you actually enjoy. It's a vicious cycle. You rely on credit cards to make ends meet, but then the interest charges make it even harder to get out of debt. One of the worst offenders is credit card debt. The average credit card interest rate is over 20%, which is insane. That means if you're only making minimum payments, it could take you years, even decades, to pay off your balance. The best way to avoid high-interest debt is to be smart about your spending habits and live within your means. If you do find yourself in debt, make it a priority to pay it off as quickly as possible. Chapter 5. Not investing. And finally, the fifth habit that can keep you poor is not investing. A lot of people think investing is only for the wealthy, but that's simply not true. You don't need to be a millionaire to start investing. In fact, you can start investing with as little as a few dollars. The problem is that many people are intimidated by investing. They don't understand how it works and they're afraid of losing money. But the truth is, not investing is one of the biggest financial mistakes you can make. When you don't invest, you're essentially losing money to inflation. Inflation is the rate at which prices increase over time, and it erodes the purchasing power of your money. Let's say you have $1,000 in a savings account earning a measly 0.05% interest. With an average inflation rate of 3%, your $1,000 will be worth only $970 in a year. You're actually losing money. Investing, on the other hand, gives your money the opportunity to grow at a rate that outpaces inflation. Over the long term, even small investments can add up to significant wealth. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more financial tips and advice. Remember, breaking free from these poverty-inducing habits is a journey, not a race. Start by focusing on one area at a time, and don't be afraid to ask for help along the way. There are tons of resources available to help you take control of your finances and build a brighter future. See you in the next one.